A Norwegian playwright and poet, Henrik Ibsen is considered as the father of modern theatre. He is also referred as the father of realism. After Shakespeare, he is considered as the second most influential and insightful dramatist and poet of the 19th century. As director of two different theatres, one in Bergen, one in Christiania, Oslo, Ibsen learned the craft of playwriting by directing over 100 plays and then beginning to write his own plays. I have collected some of his beautiful words for you. Enjoy them with pleasure. 1,000 words leave not the same deep impression as does a single deed. I believe that before all else I am a reasonable human being, just as you are, or, at all events, that I must try and become one. But no man would sacrifice his honor for the one he loves. It is a thing hundreds of thousands of women have done. Money may be the husk of many things, but not the kernel. It brings you food, but not appetite, medicine, but not health, acquaintance, but not friends, servants, but not loyalty, days of joy, but not peace or happiness. Don't use that exotic word, ideals. We have a good enough, native word, lies. Live, work, act. Don't sit here and brood. A woman cannot be herself in modern society, he argues, since it is an exclusively male society, with laws made by men and with prosecutors and judges who assess feminine conduct from a masculine standpoint. I must stand quite alone, if I am to understand myself and everything about me. The strongest man in the world is he who stands alone. A community is like a ship, everyone ought to be prepared to take the helm. Because there is surely nothing in the world that can compare with happiness of forgiveness and of lifting up a guilty sinner in the arms of love. I am not going to let myself be beaten to the ground by the dread of what may happen. Henrik Ibsen, Rosmersholm. No, I don't think one ought to be at everybody's beck and call. Anyway, I'm not going to be. There can be no freedom or beauty about a home life that depends on borrowing and debt. It is the very mark of the spirit of rebellion to crave for happiness in this life. You have never loved me. You have only thought it pleasant to be in love with me. You see, there are some people that one loves, and others that perhaps one would rather be with. I must make up my mind which is right, society or I. What is the difference in being alone with another and being alone by oneself? It's not only what we have inherited from our father and mother that walks in us. It's all sorts of dead ideas, and lifeless old beliefs, and so forth. They have no vitality, but they cling to us all the same, and we can't get rid of them. When you've sold yourself once for the sake of others, you don't do it second time. Public opinion is an extremely mutable thing. Rob the average man of his life illusion, and you rob him of his happiness at the same stroke. To live is to war with trolls in heart and soul, to write is to sit in judgment on oneself. With me you could have been another person. The most dangerous enemy of the truth and freedom amongst us is the compact majority. It's a liberation to know that an act of spontaneous courage is yet possible in this world. An act that has something of unconditional beauty. A party is like a sausage machine, it grinds up all sorts of heads together into the same bologna. One's life is a heavy price to pay for being born. There are people one loves and others one likes to talk to. Don't tell me the moon is shining, show me light glinting on broken glass. Haven't you ever noticed how seductive, how inviting the impossible is? People want only special revolutions, in externals, in politics, and so on. But that's just tinkering. What is really is called for is a revolution of the human mind. It is the small losses in life that cut one to the heart. Men are funny characters, they must always have something to bemuse them. You have made an empty place within me, and I must try to fill it up with something that is a little like love. First condition of a happy marriage is the absence of love, and the first condition of an enduring love is the absence of marriage. Happiness is worth a daring deed, we are both free if we but will it, and then the game is won. Better no child, than one born in shame. People so easily forget their past selves. Someone has said, or is it written, somewhere, I don't remember where, that if you conquer all the world, yet lose yourself, all that you gain is a wreath around your broken skull, or words to that effect. That text is by no means poetic nonsense. We are like vines transplanted into a new strange soil, transplant us back again, and we die, yet in the new soil we cannot thrive. I stick to my tea and bread and butter. It is much more wholesome in the long run, and a little more economical, too. A songbird must have a clean beak to chirp with no false notes. I say, I must fight my own battle, be my fortune what it may. two on the same piece of wreckage would stand a better chance than each on their own. Almost everyone who has gone to the bad early in life has had a deceitful mother. Oh, law and order. I often think it is that is at the bottom of all the misery in the world. Cage an eagle and it will bite at the wires, be they offeron or of gold.